here's our last lab. Actually, the previous video I think was lab 4. My mistake. So this is lab 3. Either way, we've got all 4 labs from this term will be covered. This one is uppercase the first character after a space, uppercase the last character before a space, and squeeze spaces. First thing to notice is 1, this is lab 3, not lab 4. 2, we do not have strings in this lab. Let me show you. Main is going to be pretty simple. It's going to look like this. Uppercase first. There you go. And each one of these 3 functions is uppercase first, uppercase last, squeeze underscore spaces. Doesn't take any parameters. Each one, all it does, get a char from the keyboard up to the new line character. And each one of these is going to be fairly simple. All we need to do is keep track of the current character and the previous character. Let's go through this. Uppercase first. Okay. I'll put these above here so we don't need prototypes this time. Void uppercase first, void uppercase last, void squeeze spaces. And I'm just going to do them right here. No need for a prototype since main looks up, or in other words the file's compiled down that way, and by the time main is reached these have been defined. Okay, uppercase first. It's going to be fairly simple. It's all of these can be done in just a few lines of code. You might hear my cat meowing here. Okay, uppercase first. I just need to keep track of one character, the current character, and some kind of flag. Should I uppercase the next character? I'm going to keep that nice and simple like this. In uppercase the next char. Get rid of the, doesn't add anything. Uppercase next char. I'm going to say no. Or you could set it to true, I guess. That would make sense. The first one's always uppercased. And I'm going to use to upper. So I need to pound include something for that. Let's see what. C type. And it wants an int. So I'll quit that by pressing Q. Pound include C type dot H. Grab the current character and make a note. Should I uppercase the next character? Yes, for the first one. Now, as long as this is just standard idiom by Albert, C gets the next char from the keyboard by default, and if it's not in a file, keep going. I'll make a note to myself right there. Should I uppercase the next character? If I should uppercase the next character, well, let's put the char on the console, put the to upper version now. Right? That's what it's saying. If I should, then I do. And I'll just make a note as well. So far, don't do it next time. I might change that in a second. Otherwise, if I'm not supposed to uppercase the next character, just put out the regular old version, whatever you had. But then I need to ask another question. If this thing is a space, any of one of the space characters, then in fact I do want to uppercase next time as well. That's exactly what it says in the lab requirements. If I have a space, uppercase the first character after it. So I'll save that and comment these out for now and see if it does uppercase the next character. This is called lab4a.c. Hello world, how are you? Have a great day. Hello world, how are you? Have a great day. End of file, Control D on Sigwin. Okay, that was perfect. All I needed to do is make notes to myself. Next time, and this is the note from last time. Okay, uppercase last, it's just a few lines of code and just involves keeping track of the previous character. So what I want to do now is, this should come out capital O, capital D, capital W, capital A, E, capital question mark, capital E, capital A, capital T, capital exclamation point. Instead of the first, the last has to be. So what I need to do is print, while I'm printing this character, while I'm looking at this character, I print the previous character. I can't print the O until I know if the next character has a space. In other words, I'm going to print the one character behind me. I'm going to leave a trail behind me. When I'm looking at the E, I print the R. When I'm looking at the space, I print the capital E. So I need to keep track of the previous character. That's all I need to do. Uppercase last. And I'm just going to test these one at a time. Uppercase last is going to be fairly simple. That's the current character. The previous character. And as long as I'm getting something from the keyboard that's not saying end of file, keep going. And I have to say like this. Remember, I'm printing the previous character. If that one's not a space, but this one is, this is one way of doing it. Don't even really need this. If this is a space, put the uppercase version of the previous. This is going to prevent some ugly characters coming at the start though. Print the two uppercase of the previous. Remember, I can't print the current character until I've looked at the next one. In other words, you can only print the previous character. When you're looking at the current guy, you say, hey, that's a space. The previous one should have been uppercased. Otherwise, just put the previous character. No change of case. And then you have to make a note to yourself. The end of this loop is the beginning of the next one. So, current character in the next iteration will be known as the previous character. So let's see if this works. Save. Compile. Run. Hello world, how are you? Question mark. Have a great day! Exclamation point. And we've got all the capitalization. The last thing we want to do is squeeze spaces, and we're going to have to do that in another video.